Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Welcome.
Welcome to TFT.
Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
And we're kind of happy today because maybe our problems are over with the streaming stuff that's been going on for a week or two since everybody keep your fingers crossed.
Maybe.
Or if you believe, clap your hands.
Mercury is direct, so
Maybe
let's
it was just that.
hope for the best.
Maybe it was just that.
You guys can hear us okay?
I would say that they probably can.
I would say you probably could.
I can tell the sound's broadcasting, so hopefully they hear us.
All right. Well, you look...
So here we are back again and actually relaxed, and I know you were just ready to go into something.
No.
Yes, you were.
No.
You gave me one of those looks like,
we're sort of relaxed. I had to take a little nap. I was very tired after my work day. One of us still works for a living around here.
Well, we are really relaxed, and there's no one more relaxed
Than Sassy and Sunny.
Oh. Get that paw off of me.
Okay. Well, Mr. O, we do have some things up and coming to announce. Our monthly modality messages is coming out real soon.
Is it the 21st?
I didn't look at the calendar, but as soon as these...
As the sun moves into Leo.
As the sun moves into Leo, so shall you get our modality monthly messages.
And this is a unique reading that I had the idea for, but the Banshee here is really the one that made it happen. We're working with what the modalities actually mean towards exploring the energies of each sign. And so therefore, each reading is kind of unique for the modality that you fall into.
Right. That was the concept when I did that. Seems to be working. We're going to try it again. This is like a test this year to just see how it goes. But I think it's a win. And also thanks to everybody who's here who might have been there for my first Material Matters video that came out last week. There will be another one. It's going to be every week on Sunday morning. I mean, you don't have to get up with me, but if you're there, I will be in the chat room for the next few saying hi to everybody. But it's just a video, and it's your weekly forecast on all matters material. Finances, business, education, career, jobs, you name it, I'll talk about it. I've added you to our reading list if you're interested in a reading. We'll go over the list in just a few minutes. We're making some announcements. I will be coming out with the soul stories. I think I promised that before. But with all the computer craziness going on and some of the stuff we were doing, I didn't quite get to it. But a soul story, my ghost story, will be coming out real soon.
That should be fabulous.
It should be fabulous. It was a very interesting time in my young life when I encountered this ghostly experience.
When you saw dead people. Or something.
Or something. Or something. So, at any rate, Mr. O, what decks are you reading with today?
Well, today I have my Karma Music Tarot. It's a unique deck from the 70s, and that's the Grandmaster, but he's also known as the Hierophant in most decks. And then I also have just one other one, my Nefertari's Golden Tarot, the one that's all gold and shiny.
That's so nice.
And that one is a nice deck.
It is a nice deck. That's it?
Yes, just those two.
Well, you know me. So I've got my Animal Totem Tarot by Amber Weatherstone, beautifully illustrated by Eugene Smith. I also have...
Thank you, Austin.
I also have my, It's new, but it's old.
We are shameless collectors, so we just do buy a lot of stuff.
It's new, but it's old. I have the Gilded Tarot Royale by Cyril Marchetti. It's a new revised edition of the Gilded Tarot. Very beautiful, and it's borderless, which is what I like about it. But I love Cyril Marchetti decks. They are some of my favorites. And also, I'll be switching off to another new deck I bought. It's a little slippery because it is new. And it is, I'll bring out this card, the Dark Wood Tarot. And it's really for shadow work, but you know, you can use it for regular tarot readings as well. So I brought it out today. The Darkwood Tarot is by Sasha Graham, and the art is by Abigail Larson. And finally, last but not least, if I can get to it, my Lenormand decks. And I guess I'll just bring out the boxes for that. I have the Healing Light Lenormand, which I will be using by Christopher Butler. And then artwork is by Urban Trush on this little tiny mystical Lenormand. So I'll be switching between the two of those for the Lenormand portion of the reading.
So let's do that reading for the day.
I also have a reading for the collective today for everybody here in the chat.
It's almost like I'm pushing you.
You are, Mr. Owen. It's not like we have this lengthy list tonight yet. Of course,
Maybe
that'll change in time.
I sense something.
All right, this particular deck I will be reading just from is Colette Baron Reed's Animal Spirit deck, Oracle. I love the artwork on this deck, and also the interpretations are quite nice. So as always, we will let Mr. O pick one. And it doesn't matter if it's upright or reversed, Mr. O. Go for it. They're very thick.
Yeah, could be nice.
Which could be nice.
Well, it might make you pull two rather than one, maybe, I don't know.
Well, this is an interesting card for today. We've got a little bit of maybe water and fire energy at the same time. It is the Electric Eel Spirit.
That's shocking, Banshee.
Shocking. And it's bring your ideas to life is the idea, which is very, oh God, I turned right to the page.
That's even more shocking.
That's even weirder. So I guess this is the message for us today. And so basically it's telling us that seemingly out of nowhere, the jolt of the electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea that you are meant to explore. Epiphanies and aha moments are gifted to you right now, so celebrate. Your life has the potential for profound transformation. Inspiration arises in you, electrifying you so that you can't wait to get started bringing your idea to life. The revelations you experience now are meant to set you on a new path, so do not be afraid to act. Explore, examine, and do not fear the changes that may come. For Spirit wants to shower you with love, success, and abundance that you hope to experience. Now is a thrilling time of epiphanies, inspired ideas, and innovation. This is a wondrous sign for you today.
Hi, Chrissy, and of course you get a reading.
Hey, Chrissy, you are early, and lucky you.
You do have to be here when we call for you, so if you stay away, you might get moved down the list.
So you might want to hang on because you are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're the 6th person, Chrissy.
And we're about to get started right now.
We are about to get started right now. Mr. O is like nudging me along today.
Biting at the bit, or champing at the bit.
All right, I hope everybody is doing well. Oh, hi, Mary Grace. I'll add you to the list. I'm just about to go over the list. I hope everybody has been safe out there. I have to say, numbers are increasing in our state. It is getting worrisome again. So, but not like some of the other states in the country right now, like Florida and Texas, that have it really hard, and California. My heart goes out to everybody, and I hope everybody stays as safe as possible. So, I'm going to go over the list now, and let me add Mary to it. All right. Thank you. We got 2 here today, Chrissy. So we have, okay, first on the list is going to be Aaliyah, and then Angel Mary, Irish Capricorn, Libra Cusp, Austin, Chrissy, and Mary Grace. So, all right. And don't forget, please like our page. Please subscribe. Please, if you
Share,
subscribe, click
leave
on
a
the
comment.
click on the notification thing and be notified when we go live or we have some of our video presentations. I'm done speaking now.
Who thinks she overreacts? I want to see a show of hands.
No hands. No hands. We're good. We're good.
Your
Okay.
glare is so priceless.
Because we are a team, Mr. O. So, all
I
right
feel
then.
like a valued team member when you say that.
Oh, Rebecca, you absolutely can be added to the list. You are at the bottom. Remember, you're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is not a bad place to be. We're on for 2 hours.
Okay, so do we have the question from Aaliyah?
Yep, Aaliyah, go ahead and put your question down. I don't think we do yet. So let's give Aaliyah a minute. Oh, there it is. Wow,
All right.
Everything is just moving fast today. I think we have licked our problem with our stream. So, because we added new computer equipment.
Knock on wood.
And it was making us crazy for a few streams there, but I think we're ready and good to go. Woo!
Okay, so it's kind of a health thing. Just keep in mind that we're not medical diagnostics, so we'll tell you what we think there, and you should, if it persists,
Yeah.
of course, consider seeing what kind of medical remedy you might actually need or need to find out about. Hopefully
Okay.
nothing's a problem.
Do you want to throw 3 cards on that?
Yeah, I think we'll do the 3 cards. Go ahead and shuffle.
All right. Well, I always say, you know your body, and if you suspect something is not right, there's no shame in trying to get it checked out, because I think doctors more and more, a lot of them realize that they should be taking their patients a little bit more seriously, because their patients know when something is not right oftentimes. All right, I'm going to cut them. My gosh, I'm not going to say anything, but I actually have room to cut. Where'd they go? All right.
So we have 3 cards.
Well, interesting. Okay, so we have the Hierophant upright. We have the Ten of Pentacles upright. And this is the Four of Cups reversed. Well, I'll tell you what, I think it wouldn't hurt you to talk to someone, but I have a feeling that things are going to be okay. If there's something wrong, it's probably not going to set you back too much because, I've got the Four of Cups here reversed, and to me, that indicates to me that maybe you want to make a move to go and talk to somebody about it.
It has a sense of maybe resolving a problem.
Yeah. And the Hierophant here, seems like somebody who is more of a, sometimes they're a teacher, a mentor, an advisor, a spiritual counselor. But in a case like this, coming up in this kind of reading, I would say that seems to be more of an authority, on either, if you feel it's a dental problem or if you feel it's something you need to see a regular doctor about. This seems to indicate you should find somebody and they will probably know their stuff. Now, the Ten of Pentacles also here is interesting because I don't know if you have anybody in the family you can consult about this with, like maybe if you have a doctor or somebody who works in healthcare in the family that you can just tell them and get their opinion about. But it seems like there's some kind of family support for you here.
Yeah, I don't know that it really speaks to necessarily that. I think it could also be talking about the idea that there is concern and resources for you in your family or in your unit, whatever that is. So it seems to me like with these cards here, this is saying that any decision to go forward with this will probably be supported. It probably is the best thing to do depending on how comfortable you feel with this thing lasting a while. I mean, you know, you don't want it to go real long. You really don't, depending on what kind of symptom you really feel that is.
Well, and before I give you a clean bill of health on this, you know, as far as the tarot is concerned anyway, because again, we are not medical practitioners. I want
We're going to do the Lenormand.
Yeah, I want to see what the Lenormand has to add. See if they have it, they point to anything.
But there's nothing in these cards that really look like there's something horrible happening. It mostly looks like there's nothing of major consequence to some degree here. So what do you got?
Well, okay. I drew this is the book. And then I drew, you can't see it, but it's in the bird's beak there. It's the ring card. And the bird is holding a ring. So basically, I think what this is saying to me is that you really ought to make a commitment to find out more information. Because the ring is about a commitment or a contract or a partnership. So in other words, I think you do need to maybe check in with someone and get more information. Because, you know, as we library workers like to say, knowledge is power.
It could very well be that the cards are just saying that you clearly sort of have a sense of dis-ease and you need to have, you know, your mind be put to rest on it, these issues put to rest. So looking into it or making that commitment to look into it is probably your best course of action.
Yeah, it's all pointing to that, but it's not pointing to anything that would be really like a serious crisis. And I hope that's true, Aaliyah. Because it
Absolutely.
sounds like it's going to be okay, but
Wishing
it's
you
worth
well.
getting checked out. So that's what we have for you. I hope that helps.
And we're going to move on then.
And we have Angel Mary next, and then Irish Capricorn, Libra Cusp, Austin, Chrissy, Mary Grace, and Rebecca. Good luck with that. Keep us posted.
You're welcome. Oh, do you see that? Yeah, I sort of remember that a little bit, that we felt that there was somebody who was coming back into your life. I don't really remember that we thought that they were your future spouse, but maybe we did.
Well, actually, I think the question was about that, and we thought there might be somebody either coming from your past or that you've known from the past. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone you were intimately involved with. But I do remember that, and you brought up the fact that it could be, you know, somebody
Well,
from
we
your
were
past.
trying to
the
clarify
spouse.
that. And hello there, Gina.
Gina, look at us today. We're not dropping a single frame, are we?
Nope.
No, we are not.
We seem to have arrived at the solution.
Mercury is direct, and so is our live stream. Welcome, Gina.
Sassy Cat says hello. Or says, I'm sitting here.
Next one of my three
Okay, so we're going to
decks.
try to clarify, see what we can do there.
You dropped a few. I see. All right. Cut.
I didn't shuffle yet.
Oh.
I came to you to shuffle.
I did not know that. But I'll be grabbing one of my decks next, Mr. O. I think I'll use my new Gilded Tarot Royale. All right. Hi, Hansa. I will definitely add you to the list. Welcome. And we'll go over the list in a minute. Just a warning to everybody, it's not a very long list, so hang in there with us so you don't miss your turn. All right, so the
So we're
question-
trying to clarify who this could be from your past. If that is, you know, what that is, the future spouse could be somebody from your past.
Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups upright. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and that's reversed. And it is the Empress Reversed. So how are we going to, what do you think, Mr. O?
Well, it's possible that this was a person who maybe, I see a dichotomy because the Nine of Cups says like maybe they were really lucky, but the Empress says like maybe some things didn't work out for them. So what's in the middle is the reverse Seven of Coins. And the thing is this may be a person who has had to motivate themselves, but when they have made really good luck or fortune. But when they haven't, maybe they have been incredibly unproductive. So somebody possibly who really has really differing aspects there, very productive or very lucky. So you note that in a way, they're not necessarily the same thing. Sometimes people are productive by being lucky, just things fall their way, and sometimes people get what they want by being productive. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but...
Well, I'm looking here, and it's really funny. I was going to say, Angel, because I'm not getting a really clear bead on anything astrologically here. Where I could tell you more about their personality or physical appearance. But what I am seeing is that it's somebody who's really a mixed bag here. On some level, this is the kind of person you could be very happy with in some ways. And yet, on the other hand, this is also the kind of person who has had, made you wonder about their commitment to things.
It's like a better or worse thing. You like if you stay with him, you're accepting better or worse.
Well, and also if this gives you an idea of their personality at all, who it might be, it's somebody who seems like when they're on, when they're in their game, they're really in their game, and when they're off, they are off. And so there seems to be no in between here. They at least in the past, because if this is the reading I'm thinking of, Angel, I think we might have told you that maybe they had grown a lot since then. So if we're looking at this as who this might have been to jog your memory about this person, that's what I would say, is that it seems like there was no in between with them, and they were either really up, or they were really... In
this instance, I'm thinking that the Seven of Coins here, the Seven of Pentacles, could indicate the kind of person that really has to decide things for themselves, to get involved or to just sit back. And so it's sort of a further reminder that they're capable of some really good things, but they're also capable of maybe just being lazy or not motivated.
Yeah.
It's not that they're a bad person, that just they might be very unmotivated at times.
So I'm wondering, Mr. O, can I grab these and try something else?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, and just throw it at you. I think what I want to do is shuffle the cards for Angel, and why don't we'll cut them, and then I'm going to look for some court cards and see if
right, something that gives us a little idea about what they might be like physically or temperament-wise.
Oh,
we sort of covered...
Hansa, you'll have to give us that question a little later, because you're at the bottom of the list, so we won't be ready for a while.
Yeah, you have a number of people in front of you, but we will get to you today, so just hang in there.
Shuffle. I just want to see if we can come up with some clues. So let's focus on the person. I didn't have to go very far, did I?
Oh, dear.
It could be somebody who is an earth sign or very earth-oriented. We have the Knave of Pentacles reversed. So I get the feeling that this person...
young or young in spirit.
Could be young in spirit. Could be just a little, maybe was a little bit immature, which was part of the problem. Maybe they just didn't have a clue on direction in life, a focus.
I'm seeing the vacillation that was sort of thought of in those last cards too, because I sort of see with this reverse that this could be a person who vacillates between being more student or scholarly like, or focusing on something, and then maybe sometimes lets it drift a little bit. So they don't always stay with their focus, would be a way of saying that.
Right. I think they had, a very you know, I'm not going to say that they were dysfunctional, but their attention span was all over the place. So even with a relationship, like if it was somebody that you were actually involved with, Angel, it might be that case. They
Right,
were
because you're
focused
asking,
on you.
and we went into this with the idea that that's what we are looking for, so we think this is a person like that. I'm
Well,
not sure.
I think it's somebody you knew. I really
Yeah.
am not sure.
Okay.
You probably, from what we're describing, can tell whether you've had a relationship with a person like this. But I think that, you know, I can't say for certain unless we will want to do a yes/no on that real quick.
We could try that.
Because, yeah, I don't want, I can only spend so much time, but we'll do that and then we'll throw Lenormand. Sorry we're not getting a good beat on the person.
Yeah, to be honest, you know, that kind of thing would be something that is a little bit elusive, you know, to actually, you know who you're going to marry. We would need more things to kind of bounce off with
Right,
that, you
and
know.
we might have to do a more in-depth reading on that as well, which, you know, and we're limited on the live stream here with what we can do with that. All right, shuffle, and then let me cut them and I'll do the yes/no quick. So while we're finishing Angel Mary, I'll just go over again. Irish Capricorn will be next. Let's see. That is an ace. Okay. Well, this is a real interesting reading here. We were focusing specifically on if this is somebody you actually had a relationship in the past, and it's leaning towards no. But remember, Angel, that does not mean you did not know them. You just did not have a relationship with them, like a romantic relationship. So this card here is the Emperor upright. And then we have the World upright. And then we had the Ace of Wands reversed, which is just indicating that this reading is probably no. But these are some very positive cards. What I'm really getting from this, in my opinion, is that this person, you knew in your greater in your greater connections with people. Maybe not necessarily somebody close, but it might be somebody that, you know, after you connect again with them, you'll realize, you know, that they did, you know, you do know who they are, and they kind of stood out to you at the time, but
You didn't have a resonance at that time.
right, maybe not necessarily romantically, but just, oh yeah, I remember you, you know, and maybe they did some things that put them, you know, that made them stand out amongst others a little bit.
All right, let's do that Lenormand real quick because we got to get moving. And you are welcome.
We
don't
are
mind doing
doing
that.
fine,
We don't mind doing
Mr.
that.
O.
Well, she said they were grateful for the extra time, so I just said something to respond to that.
I know. I got to move my cat.
Do you know?
I do. And he moved Sassy out of here, didn't he?
No, he was
Kinda.
ignoring her. She was just laying over there, and then she just
Oh,
finally
you must
moved.
not have heard that hiss earlier.
Well, that was before she left, though. She was here for a few minutes after that.
Well,
wait.
All right. This may give me some other clue here. We have the scythe, which is the cutting implement. And we have a friend. So, the dog. So, I'm wondering here if this is a connection that, you know, obviously is gone now. You know, it's definitely a connection from your past, I think, that's going to resurface. There is no connection, I feel, at present with this person necessarily, but they may be coming back into your life if, you know, we're still going by what, you know, the other reading indicated.
I'm wondering if this was a friend who maybe not that they were the super important friend, but for some reason they got kind of cut away from your life due to circumstances or whatever happened. And so this is indicating that this is a person who maybe is going to come back because they were a friend before. And so there's still a little bit of resonance that might bring them back.
Well, and that's what the cards have for you today, Angel. I hope that helps. Wishing you the best as always. And hey, Irish Capricorn, you are up. Libra cusp is next. And then Austin, Chrissy, Mary Grace, Rebecca, Gina, and Hansa.
Alrighty.
So you went camping, huh, Gina? I just saw a report on TV tonight that many people are going camping, just to get away from the city and the coronavirus and to feel more relaxed and at ease out in nature. And what a great thing to do, because nature is very, very healing. You're welcome, Angel.
So
what are
deck?
Amy's true feelings towards me? I got a deck. And is there a future? Okay.
Yes, you can, Jenna. And hi, good evening.
Welcome, Jenna. We'll throw you on the list in just a minute.
Yeah, we're barely a half hour in, so there should be plenty of time. And you're welcome, Angel Mary.
Well, I think you'll find this a nice, easy to shuffle deck, I hope.
This is the Gilded?
Yep. Yeah, we used to have great camping trips. We did. Crazy ones.
Oh, that's wonderful, yeah. I won't do it anymore because I can't sleep on the ground and I don't like spiders in the middle of the night.
Well, what we have done is we've gone cabining. We've gone and slept in cabins. And,
Oh, there was still a spider, wasn't there?
Yes.
Oh, God.
I'll
it was
never
horrible.
forget the shriek. I don't think any of us who were in that cabin will.
Shut your mouth. It was me.
Eating, drinking, and making merry. And hey, how about a few s'mores there? That's what I like about camping. Remember when we used to go with our friend on the camping trips and she used to make egg water coffee?
Yes.
Do you want me to cut them? I'll cut them.
Right. We would boil some eggs and then the hot water would be used to make coffee.
Yes. She would make us coffee over the campfire. This was way back in the day. And of course, it was at a campground where you didn't have any electrical, really.
And she would say, "Can I freshen your egg water coffee?"
Yeah. Wow, this is interesting. Look at we got 2 4s, but they're completely opposite in meaning. So this is going to be a fun reading for you, Irish. The 4 of Cups is reversed. The Ace of Cups is reversed. And the 4 of Swords is upright. Well, do you want to start or do you want me? I love this Ace of Cups. I'm just going to show it up this way. It's so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It really is gorgeous.
Being reversed, it does look like maybe there is some sense of not exactly harmonizing or delays or just
disappointments
with the emotional picture.
Yeah. So basically, Irish, the true feelings are this. They're mixed because on the one hand, the 4 of Cups reversed indicates somebody who really wants to maybe move on. I get this feeling of moving on here. And yet then I have the 4 of Swords, which is like, maybe I need to think about this more. Maybe I just need more time. And so I'm sensing there's this, which is leading to delays and some disappointments in that you just can't figure out, which way they're going to go, which way this is going to go right now. And I think that from the looks of it, Lisa needs more time.
Yes. Is that who it was?
I think.
I thought it was somebody with an S.
Uh-oh.
Amy.
Amy.
Sorry.
Amy.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So it could be that to some degree,
Where'd I get that from?
your friend Amy has the idea that there's something, cups are water, subconscious. So maybe there's a deep down side feeling that says, they want to move on, or they feel they're being drawn to move on. But on the more everyday practical level, their thoughts are saying that they should give this some more time, or that they need to sort of have time alone. It may not necessarily be time of contemplation. It may be actually just time to be alone with their own thoughts, whatever they are.
And to pull themselves together, maybe to just feel more right about themselves before they move forward with any type of decision. I mean, that could be too. And I will say, we do have 2 cups here, 2 cup cards, which is, very emotional. So the emotions are tied into this strongly. Let me do those Lenormand and see what we have here. So it is kind of a mixed bag, and I'm just going to say, right off the bat, it looks like to me you're going to have to give Amy more time.
Right. We don't necessarily see the answer being available right now. Is there a future? It just sort of seems to be mitigated by other factors that we're pointing out.
Plus a roaring fire. That's awesome. All right, let's see. Well, interesting. So, possibly Amy's feelings. Okay, so we have the child here. And we have the bear. And so I would say that, maybe Amy, I don't know, Amy has children. Maybe Amy is concerned about, being the mama bear right now and taking care of her children. It's one aspect of the way you could read those cards. But the other aspect of this is that maybe Amy right now is slowly, because the child is like baby steps, trying to really become more empowered and more, more whole and more self-assured. She's trying to rebuild her confidence, which maybe she feels has been shattered in some way, and she's just trying to become more self-assured, and that's maybe why she needs this alone time. What do you think?
I'm sort of seeing the latter of what you said there, and to me, the idea that, of course, the child, at least in this picture, appears to be a girl child, though you never know with Victorian styles and stuff like that. Girl children sometimes were dressed the same as boy children. But I'm going to just say it's a girl child, and of course we know from other dealings with the Lenormand that the bear may represent the female dominance, the female spirit being more dominant. So I'm thinking these are how she's thinking about things right now. She's thinking that, she's a child, so she needs to move carefully, but she wants to transform to the bear. She wants to transform to more self-assurance, more self-empowered. Excuse me.
That's what we see for you right now, Irish. I hope that gives you something more to go on. I love this deck.
Yeah, the deck is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps, and thank you.
And I'm going to go over the list. We have Libra Cusp is next. And then Austin, Chrissy, Mary Grace, Rebecca, Gina, Hansa, and Jenna. So, Libra, you are up.
How many people were in your Zoom call, Jenna? I haven't done Zoom yet myself, but I think this one here has.
We really do have to learn Zoom more, I think, but I'm going to be using it at work soon. We're going to be doing some virtual open houses for students, and it's going to be interesting. I hope I know how to use it enough to do what we have to do. I may have to do a little research this weekend.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's see what's up. Do you want to use this one again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then we can switch it up again. Sounds like a yes/no to me.
Alrighty.
I don't know why that happened. I must have hit a button.
A little pop-up on your
Oh,
screen.
yeah.
I guess the elation that our stream seems to be working okay today has become kind of mundane now. I'm not as excited as I was at the top of the hour.
I'm just
there.
relieved.
Relieved is a good feeling.
Relief is the best word. It's so nice to see that green light on your screen there.
Steady, not
Steady.
pulsing, flickering, turning red, turning yellow.
And I used to have a really big, a pretty good delay on my tablet here as I watch the video and I monitor the chat. But there's no delay hardly at all, which I think is really awesome.
We believe it's because we decided to hook up directly to the Ethernet. And of course, because of the vagueness of MacBooks, Macintosh, Apple products, we think it just hooked up automatically, but we don't really know. It just seems to be working. So
it's working.
Best to not push buttons or pull out plugs or...
Well, it's leaning towards no, Libra. And it's interesting because you've got 2 5 cards here. You have the 5 of Swords and it's reversed. You also have the 5 of Wands and it's reversed. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles upright. And so what do you want to
Fives
say
are
about
always
the fives?
wild energy, even reversed. A lot of readers don't always think that it changes the meaning a lot or much, maybe by degree or some sense of intention. So both of these things sound like energies and people mingling and or possibly testing each other in different ways. So could say that maybe you're in a dating pool, but nothing's really going to pan out, or that some of those experiences may seem a little bit divisive even.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a mixed bag for me here because when I see the 5 of Wands reversed, I don't know if we always agree on this card, but I tend to think it's a little bit better reversed than upright. I think that maybe there's more constructive movement going on or energy than when it's reversed. But this card too, the 5 of Swords reversed, to me, I'm really wondering, Libra, if this isn't saying that there may be somebody from your past that might be more playing a role than, a new relationship.
Well, the other thing I thought about too, based on the fact that you're saying maybe you're not ready yet, is that because they are reversed, like I said, there's something about degree of intention, and that maybe being reversed, it's sort of indicating your intention to be more competitive, the Wands, your intention to be more aggressive in the matter of
in
dating.
Pursuing it.
Mm-hmm. They're diminished, or you're not as sure of yourself or of moving your intention forward. So it could be like what you're saying, there is a sense of that.
Yeah, I definitely see that. I'm just staring at this deck and liking it because even the bad, the cards that are maybe slightly more negative tinged, like I don't know if I really like the 5 of Swords either way, but it is better reversed. They just look so nice.
So
they do. But so let me do the Lenormand and see what else we can add to this. Let's see what's up here. It's not a bad reading, but I don't sense the movement. It's almost as if, I'm not going to say that the 5s cancel each other out, but I feel like they're kind of working to keeping you where you are, or maybe looking at a past relationship.
So it's more likely no, you won't, but it doesn't mean it's impossible.
Right, right. And it could also mean that maybe there's some loose ends from your past that you have to address first.
So let's see what the Lenormand says. Oh.
Well, Well, what am I going to make about this in a reading about that? Let's see. So we have the letter, which is news, which
Communication.
is communication. And then we have the tree. So, I mean, obviously, healthy communication is important. Maybe, maybe starting dialogue with interesting people. Whether it's, I don't know if you're going to be searching for people, via social media, or whether you're going to be going out and about places, which is, of course, not the easiest thing to do right now. But whatever it says is, you need to establish some healthy communication boundaries.
I think the message is coming from a part of yourself, and I think that message is saying just try to grow to be healthy. Just concentrate on yourself. Don't necessarily try to be in relationships. Don't necessarily avoid ones that may be coming towards you, but really make yourself your priority. I think that's the message coming from that.
At least for now, according to the cards. And it's probably a good thing in the environment we're in right now, the way things are still going.
So that's what we have.
Yeah.
I hope that works.
I wish you luck, Libra.
Check in again sometime. Thanks, Libra.
Hey, Austin, welcome to the show. You are up.
And we have their question.
And we have your awesome. Okay, absolutely.
So is that more or less like you're thinking you want to see what messages Spirit has for you, I'm assuming?
Yeah. So Chrissy as after Austin, and then Mary, Grace, Rebecca, Gina, Hansa, and Jenna.
So I'm going to use my tarot or karma music tarot.
Okay.
The karma.
Okay, we've got it, Austin. And maybe I'll use my Darkwood Tarot next.
So what is Spirit saying or thinking or wanting to let Austin know?
The big cards. You're making me
And
shuffle
Sunman
this
says,
handful.
"Hi, Austin. I hope you think I'm cute."
The real star of our show is right here.
Everyone
would be
thinks you're
Sunny.
cute, Sunny. Yeah.
Can I do it here?
Yes. You want to put them back too?
Okay. Well, it's going to be some interesting messages from Spirit. We have the Queen of Coins reversed. There we go. And we have the Seven of Wands reversed. And then we have the Five of Coins upright.
Well, this doesn't look incredibly encouraging. It sort of looks like Spirit is sending some warnings or some messages of things to watch out for. I'm mostly concerned with that reverse Seven of Wands in the middle there, because I'm thinking it says that you may find yourself in a position where you really are struggling to fight for some sense of your own autonomy or the things you own or your rights to express yourself, things like that.
Yeah, that is true. Spirit might be telling you, there may be a period coming, if it's not here already, where you will not be in complete, you will not be in complete control of your environment, whether it's at work. And I'm wondering, or if it has to do with your finances or resources, because we have a lot of earth energy here. We have a lot of pentacle energy here. And so they're concerned on how you react to the situation. You've got to beware that, you manage things appropriately. You act like the Queen upright and not reversed, in that you don't get carried away with extravagances or a lackadaisical attitude when the going gets rough. And because the other thing is the Five of Pentacles here, or coins, and I think what the 5 is saying is that, the Spirit is saying, too, you need to realize that, sometimes you cannot manage things on your own. And it is okay to seek guidance and help, in the physical world, not just necessarily from them. If you need somebody to help you out of a jam, do not hesitate to ask. It is not a sign of weakness or weak position to ask for help.
The card in the middle there, that 7 of Wands, seems to imply that maybe the challenges that you're having are physical based, where you feel your autonomy is not respected or you don't have it. But with the 5 of Coins, I'm thinking that may represent physical challenges, but they affect you more on your spiritual side, on your deeper side. They're causing depression, possibly. They're also possibly causing you to not realize you do have the power to change things. You just have to believe in yourself, and it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to really work at that, really trying to get in touch with your inner feelings, because the Queen of Coins reversed may also seem to indicate that you're just not especially confident at this time right now. So I think Spirit is trying to tell you, you do have to figure out how to buck up. You have to figure out how to believe in yourself and try to put your goals in a priority and focus more on them than just maybe on a lot of other things that are coming by too.
Right, and besides it being material kind of things, the coins can also be about your physical body as well. And so, when I look at the 7 of Wands here reversed, again, the message from Spirit might be that, you really, if you want to rise above all of this, you have to be sure you are taking care of yourself and protecting yourself and guarding yourself.
Now that Banshee's saying it, I'm wondering too if there are some health challenges that you may be aware of, or that maybe you need to be aware of. So you may have to consider that as well.
And we're not doctors, but
we're not doctors, but
just reading
that's why we're saying
what the cards have to show us.
So Banshee's going to pull 2 more cards for you from the Lenormand Oracle, and we'll see what that tells us.
Okay, so I have the rope. And I have the ring. And I'm getting the feeling here too, I don't know if you're involved with somebody right now, a partnership or a relationship. It could be partnership in the workplace. It could be a relationship in real life. It's something that you have a commitment to. It could potentially be a job, because there's this contract or commitment aspect to it. And Spirit might be telling you to expect something soon, sudden and surprising, and not necessarily positive in that regard. I hate to be the bearer of bad news right now, Austin. You just joined us, but this is what I see with these particular combination of Lenormand cards.
I don't see anything other than what Banshee's saying, but it does make me think that I did have some feelings that if there's employment issues right now, they're maybe not stable enough for you at the moment. You may find that the economy's worsening, might have problems for you in the job market if it hasn't already happened. So I do sort of feel that maybe reinforces that idea with your employment. I hope that's not true.
And if you're not working yet, this could also have to do with school. Commitment to education and stuff like that. And we know schools are going through a lot, whether it's grade, high school, or colleges, as to whether they're going to reopen, what things are going to look like in the fall, with this virus and all of that too. So I hope this gives you some kind of idea what we might be talking about here and what Spirit has for you. It seems like it's rather material oriented, or to me anyway, physically oriented. I know you mentioned spirit, the spirituality a little bit. Yeah.
Right, the way that it makes you feel inside, but it's the events in physical time, real time, maybe that are going to be depressing. So you're going to have to deal with getting some things back together on the physical level, but also addressing the pain inside.
I was just asking a question to myself, does Spirit feel you are up for this challenge? And it's a High Priestess, right? And I think Spirit does say, hey, keep in touch with them, and look for signs and synchronicities and things and messages from them that might let you know that they are with you and they support you. This to me seems to be a sign of that, Austin. So I will leave you with that note and wish you the best.
The answers are almost always inside.
And that's what we have for you today, Austin. Feel free to join us again.
All right.
Hey, Chrissy.
I hope you're here, Chrissy.
You are up, Chrissy. I hope you didn't abandon us, because you are up. And then Mary Grace, Rebecca, Gina, Hansa, and Jenna. And we've still got an hour to go.
Woohoo.
Oh, thank you, Austin. You as well.
Thank you. Much love to you.
So, paging Chrissy.
I'll go ahead and type them in.
Sure. And while he's doing that, I'll remind everybody we live stream twice weekly from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays and 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. And we've got a couple of weekly video readings coming out. Every Thursday is Mr. Oberon's. Sunday mornings now will be My Material Matters.
So still waiting on Chrissy. Hopefully you didn't go too far. We'd hate to have to put you at the bottom of our short list.
Chrissy. Give us your question, my friend.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hey, and I hope everybody's seeing us and having a good stream, because our other ones have been very problematic. So I'm very, recent times. What is coming towards me in my love life? Okay, let's grab this deck. Hiya, Toro. Welcome. Would you like to be put on the list for a reading?
Hiya, Toro.
You're welcome to just watch, or we can put you on the list for a reading, but we do have a list.
Yeah, we'll get to you in a few, though. You're down the list a little bit.
It's not a super long list.
Not a long list.
All right. So we are reading now for Chrissy. Sorry, Sonny, but I could use a little room to shuffle. Just one more before I hand it to you, Mr. O. All right.
Oh, you're using a new deck.
Yes.
The
Darkwood Tarot.
Beautiful deck.
All right, so Chrissy, we're reading for Chrissy right now.
It won't be long, Toro.
And then Mary Grace, Rebecca, Gina, Hansa, Jenna, and a Toro.
Okay, maybe 5 or 6 down the road.
We've had much longer lists than this at this time, so I think
true.
we'll get to you without a problem. All right.
What is coming for Chrissy?
In love.
All right, let's see what we got.
Well.
Oh, not bad. This is actually a good sign, the sun.
Yeah, you got the sun as the first card, Chrissy, which is very positive. But the second card is the Queen of Wands reversed. We'll have a chat about that. And then the third card is the Four of Pentacles reversed as well. So
the sun oftentimes does mean, in general, a good omen for relationships, possibly marriages even, but it's mostly about, finding out things. The sun is bringing light to something so that you can see it better.
Well, I look at it as being a card of success. The sun is shining, life is fine, the clouds have finally parted, there's more clarity, like he says. There is, things become clearer, your direction becomes clearer, and you just have a better disposition about it. So, as things change and shift like that, I think I'm going to tackle this Four of Pentacles reversed first. I would just say that, maybe because you're becoming a little bit more open and receptive to receiving love now, or even giving love. Sometimes we hold back, or maybe we allow our mental, state, our negative, our shadow self hold us back. and not give ourselves the chance that we deserve, it seems like that's kind of dissipating now, which is a good sign. My only thing is that with the Queen of Wands reversed is that, just be aware of your attitude. Don't be standoffish. Sometimes I think this queen can be a little, when it's reversed, can be a little arrogant and standoffish to people. So you're going to have to kind of break down some barriers or walls in order to receive, the benefits of the sun that are coming to you.
Well, I've already explained what I thought about the sun too, and
Yeah.
I mostly agree with Banshee too. I do think that this Four of Pentacles sort of indicates that you are coming to grips with changing maybe something within yourself that makes you kind of hold yourself within, and maybe you're starting to realize that you need to try to project outwards a little bit. Maybe you've been shy, or maybe you've been reserved in your emotions. This may be changing in the near future. I see some positivity here. Like Banshee says, though, with the Queen of Wands, I would say that being a magnetic person, or being the kind of personality that attracts people to you, right now is not really a strong thing for you. Mostly there's a shyness, or maybe a reluctance to overcompensate for being shy by trying to be more the life of the party. So it's not saying you have to do that, but it is saying that maybe you need to think about that and see if there's a halfway point there, a way of being a little bit more forward without seeming phony to yourself especially.
Okay. Now, Chrissy, we haven't talked about timing in this at all, and I do think there's still a process involved here, because the first card I drew was the Child card, and we'll get to that. And then I drew, I guess, a card to represent you. So you are looking at this child, and I think what it means is you are looking at something new happening. But the child also means it's not going to happen very immediately, and it might be a small, slow, how should I say this? It might be more of a sign that you're getting that things are changing. Maybe you start getting more compliments. Maybe you start meeting people that seem interested. Maybe there's just something that breaks that's going to give you that confidence and hope to move forward. I think this is going to be kind of a step-by-step process.
There's only one thing that's really the most assured about children, and that is that they generally all seem to grow. And I'm thinking you are looking at yourself growing. You're not necessarily, I'm not saying you're a child, but I'm saying
Right.
that children have different ways of expressing emotionality, friendship, aggressiveness, all those things. This is saying you are really just evolving your emotions, and that maybe, like we've been saying, is you are on the path to opening yourself up to being able to receive love, or to be more comfortable around the idea that it could be in your cards.
Right. And I think that, you are looking at growthful opportunities now. This is definitely, very optimistic, I think, overall. And, it's just a matter of, as you've maybe begun to realize there's just some barriers you're going to have to break down in order to receive the love that you deserve.
Let the sun shine in.
There you go. Hey, and that's what we have for you today, Chrissy.
So
Hey,
thank you.
I hope it works out. I hope something happens. I don't see a definite time on this. Like I said, I think that what this is telling me is the energies are definitely in the process of shifting in a positive direction for you.
Alrighty.
So congrats on that.
What's up?
Well, what is up is
You're
Mary
welcome.
G. Mary Grace, you are up. And then after Mary Grace is Rebecca, Gina, Hansa, Jenna, and Itoro. So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are the sixth one, Itoro, but we will get to you.
Yep. The night is young. Well, not really. The night is half over for us. But we normally get everybody done. You are welcome, Chrissy. Good luck to you. Thanks
Best
for
wishes.
coming. Thanks for coming.
Good to see you here again.
And Mary Grace, if you're still here, it's your
I
turn.
will type it. So, Wow, it's been such a whirlwind lately. I just can barely catch my breath. I've been so busy.
Yes, and I'm trying
There
to
it
be
is.
busy too. Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds like a straight up yes or no.
I think we'll try that. We got you.
Yeah, we're doing your reading now. And I remember last time there was a little bit of a delay in our
Yeah.
communication, so
Hopefully it's a little better today, but we're not sure. We can only vouch for the fact that everything seems to be working on our end.
right, we've been recording for over an hour with no frame dropping, which was the problem in our communication the last 2 or 3 sessions. So we thought that might have been affecting, people hearing us too.
You want to pick them up and I'll count? Thank you.
This one's for you. Wait a minute.
Did I pass one?
I always get confused by that one.
Okay.
I'm not sure why, because
Nope.
it's the rabbit.
So it's 3, right? Or,
Sorry.
it's your deck. Now,
Oh,
that's
pulled it out.
Well,
It's leaning towards yes. It's not a positive yes, but it's more likely yes.
so yeah, I would say that he's Well, I would say I think that he's single. I'm going to qualify that because it's interesting that our middle card here, besides the aces, is the 2 of Wands upright. And so, it's like a card of 2. So I think he's single, but, the 2 is a kind of think of a couple card. It might mean, in a sense, that he's single and available for you.
Well, to me, because of the specific meaning of that card too, it could just be the kind of person who they are solitary in a way. They're sort of sitting there alone looking at the world, So I'm thinking it does corroborate with that, and that, in fact, maybe it's a sign that maybe, like Banshee says, this is a person who could be waiting for a person.
I
Like
don't know if the, Wands is indicating this is a fire sign, but there's a bit of fire energy around this person. They know how to put their plans into action.
They're masterful in a certain
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
They feel they're invested, and it's just a matter of time before things kind of follow
And
through.
they would probably be very magnetic, being a fire sign. This looks very positive, I would say.
So we're going to do a Lenormand to see if we get any other details there.
I think it's a good likelihood they're single.
It's
let's
what it
see.
kind of looks like. So hopefully you'll meet them while they are still single, because you haven't met them yet. Hi, Sun Man. Doing that stretch for me. Aw.
Well, okay, I have the anchor. I know there's a stork or pelican on this card, but that's the anchor card. And then I have the death card. Well, so what does this mean, the way I've pulled it? I sense that, there's a question here still about security and stability with this person, that maybe it's not a matter of them necessarily being with someone, but there is some sense that, they may have other issues that, maybe that you're worried about. You're kind of worried about your sense of stability and security with them. And I don't mean like in a harmful way, but that, for example, maybe they're bad with money or they're irresponsible in some way, and it makes you worried about, your sense of feeling secure, with a future with them.
But we didn't really feel that because of the the Two of Wands
I
in
know,
a way.
I
So
know.
I'm actually wondering
What do
if
you
maybe
think?
this just means that maybe they're, even though you haven't met them yet, at this point in time, they're not really available to you. Which is why you haven't met them yet, in a way. And that maybe it's a matter of them mostly staying where they're at and not really moving anywhere closer to your periphery.
Well, okay, now that he's said that, let me go take that a little further and say that since this is about security, I think what it means is there's an end to this instability that's going on, that maybe things will become more secure.
Well, is this about them being able to finally meet them?
Maybe.
Okay, that's what I thought you were going to say, because I sort
In
of
other
thought
words,
that too.
their anchor has been down and they've been kind of rooted in place right now.
Something is shifting for
Something
them.
is shifting there. So I don't know. This maybe is a good sign. It's hard to say.
It may be that they have to actually leave an old life behind of some sort, which pulls up that anchor so that they can move on. I'm getting that feeling.
Yeah, I think something that has been holding them back, from moving on with their life is going to shift and change, and they're going to either be more available. So take advantage of that any way you can, is all I can say, because it does look like something is opening up here.
Alrighty.
And that's what we have for you, Mary Grace. I hope that helps.
Alrighty. So is it Gina now?
No, it is Rebecca.
Oh, it's Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca, you are up. And then after Rebecca is Gina, Hansa, Jenna, and Arturo. Why does it feel so hot in here all of a sudden, or is it just me?
Well, we're down. We have it set
Yeah,
right,
I
our
know. It's
thermostat,
just
so
me. It must be all the lights we have on.
maybe. You want me to get up and turn off some?
So let me put a call out to Rebecca.
There it is.
Oh, you got it? Okay. There it is. Okay. Ah.
Okay, the move on question again.
Well, let me
Which deck
think
do you
about
want to do?
this. Hold on. Toward me. I think we should do 3 cards first. We may have to do
Yes.
something else, but let's
I
try
agree.
that. Let me use my... Do you want to use one, or I'll use my animal? Let me use that one.
Sure.
Use that one, yeah.
Good question, Rebecca. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Let's throw 3 cards and see what we get, and see if we have to clarify anything.
Yes, Beck's X, I remember.
Ah, okay. All right.
And I don't know why, but I guess last time I wasn't entirely sure, and sue me if it's inappropriate of your gender. But I kind of like those questions where I don't know, because then I can say they. They are this. They that. In the beginning, we had to work hard a little bit on that because we weren't used to that a little bit. We hadn't been reading with so many people in a while.
Well, when we've usually read in person. So I think that's the difference. We didn't do as many readings virtually like we're doing now. We were on radio before and things, but that's been a long time.
What kind of sign are you, Mary Grace? Are you an air sign too? Air signs are usually compatible with air signs or other fire signs. Not as much with the water and earth signs, but it's not impossible. We're fire and water. Whoops.
Watch my cards, Mr. O. Me and Sonny are going to have a wrestling match.
On camera.
No.
Yes, it is. See?
I know that, but I meant no, I'm not going to wrestle.
No, dear.
All right.
You're my boy. Yeah. You're my boy. I love my sonny man.
Very interesting. All right. So we have drawn the King of Pentacles upright. We have the Emperor reversed. And we have the Ace of Swords upright.
I'm not so sure I feel moving on.
if you should move on or not. Well, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, either. I sense that, there might be a change of attitude in this person. There's a couple things here. I mean, one is they're kind of at odds with each other again. Here we have this King of Pentacles, and he seems like he's really down to earth, and he's really, how should I say this? He's really become more in control of things in his life. And, maybe this is a positive that he's finally deciding what's really important to him. But on the other hand, then I have this Emperor here reversed. And the Emperor reversed indicates a person who is kind of controlling. They kind of they want things their way. And they can be kind of pushy about it. They can be a bit domineering. So, you have that to contend with here. And the Ace of Swords upright indicates to me that, this maybe is decision time of some sort, whether you should stay or go. But this is kind of a positive. It almost seems as though I get the feeling that even this person, if you were asking about what they are feeling, that they are leaning towards you.
That's what I think too. I don't think that they're moving on, though I see that the question really was whether you should be.
Right.
But you indicate that, of course, you seem to be having conversation. I'm not so sure I agree exactly with the reversed Emperor. I actually wonder too if it's not so much that they were overly authoritative, but if maybe now they're having somebody kind of direct their autonomy. They're not as in charge as they want, even though they're trying to be responsible, as we're talking here, that I'm just wondering if maybe there's somebody else that has a little bit of a lean on them, that it's a situation where they don't have exactly the autonomy, but they are trying to assert that. So in that sense, it could be saying that what they feel is that with you, they don't have the authority because you haven't agreed to this yet, or mutually you haven't agreed to it. But it is maybe ultimately what they're trying to do is reestablish.
I think it's really interesting now that he said that, because
You're welcome, Mary Grace.
When you look at the this card here is somebody who's trying to act more responsible and in command. And then you have the Emperor. I feel like maybe this is talking about what he feels about the situation with you, that he has lost control of things, and that now he realizes that maybe he could lose you. And does he really want that? And so I do think it's coming down to decision time one way or another. And also that there could, whatever happens here, I do think it's going to be to your benefit in the end, whether you're meant to stay or go. I think you yourself are going to be able to come up with a decision as well.
Right. I think it'll end up being more you that decides that, and that basically there is agreement, there is unilateral, but I think you're the one who really is perhaps that person holding the sword. Although their desire may look like it's them, this reading is more about you and where you fall into that.
So
no, you didn't, Jenna. Nope.
But we're getting there.
We're
There's
getting closer.
3. Well, after we get done with Rebecca, there's only 2 in front of you.
You know we're not that fast.
Well, we can be.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. It depends how complicated the questions are. Okay, so I have to see something here with your question. Yeah, all right. So I don't know if there's concern here. The first card I drew was the fish. And then the second card I drew was the clouds. And the thing about the clouds is it has a dark side, it has a light side. And the dark side is facing the fish right now. So, I guess I wonder, are you concerned at all that there might be somebody else, or that they're playing the field a little bit? Because, or are you thinking that maybe you're ready to do that? I think there's worries here that you're wondering if this person is very sincere. or if they're really, playing the field and just trying to keep you in reserve. I think that's a real, that is, a real feeling on your part, a justifiable one, if so, because, you obviously broke up, you had some issues. The fish are a funny thing. The fish is usually about abundance and prosperity and things like that. But if you take it in a romantic question, you look at all those fish swimming around like there's plenty of fish in the sea. Maybe you're a little bit worried there, and maybe that's what you need to find out about and explore is he seeing anybody else at this time?
I only felt that minorly at first. I was going to just go in with the idea about what his feelings were for you. But I do kind of feel that.
I see that.
Yeah, I saw that now too. I think it's possible that maybe that's why you broke up, because maybe he thought he was attracted to somebody else. Maybe that didn't work out, and so maybe they're thinking that they let a good thing go. So it's really up to you now to decide that. I mean, you have re-engaged to some degree, but you may have to question on whether or not that could happen again, or where, what do you want to say?
Well, oh no, go ahead.
No, I'm that's pretty much it. I mean,
well, you're looking at the comment there, I think it's really possible that these cards are reading what you said, that she's starting to talk to other people, and maybe that's why he's come back.
Because he doesn't feel he's in control anymore.
Yeah. Ooh. So, it's up to you. I would say this.
Maybe they're right.
I would say this, that, this could be very well why he's come back. So
the thing is he's maybe not really a bad person. He seems responsible. He seems like he has energy to accomplish goals, but maybe there's a jealousy thing, or there's something that, he just has quirks about understanding himself to some degree too.
There's this old song, and one of the lines in it is, "You don't know what you've got till it's gone." And so basically, when he sees that you are talking to other people, he may want to come back. Now,
there's another song, Banshee.
Uh-oh.
If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with. And
so I think the ball, you know what, Rebecca? I think the ball is in your court. If you feel he's being sincere and you want to give him a second chance, that's up to you. Because if you have been talking to other people and nothing is very serious at this time and you want to take that chance now, maybe now's the time. You have built up your confidence to realize, hey, you don't need bullshit. Excuse my word. So you don't need, this kind of so it's like if he's ready to play ball and he's ready to be a decent person with you, fine. Why not explore it again if you really feel he's valuable? But if not, you already know that there are other people out there and that you can connect and you can move forward if necessary. That's a good place to be.
Yeah.
So that's what we have for you, Rebecca. I hope that helps.
Beck sex.
Yeah. So good for you. And I always say, you know what? If people have abandoned you and you're still thinking about them, that's fine and all. But you know what? Get on with your life. If you're making overtures and they're not responding, get on with your life, explore other things, and see if they realize you've let them go. And if you're important to them at all, they will come back. So
you're welcome.
So, wrong list. So, okay, Rebecca, thanks for joining us. And Gina, you are up.
What message do the cards have for her tonight?
What do you have for us, Gina?
Send Obi and Banshee s'mores. No, that's kind of not going to work out.
No, I think it would not.
Just give us a blessing when we tell you we're making them. We haven't made s'mores in probably...
S'mores?
S'mores. I have that Germanish Polish thing going. They're s'mores for me. S'more for me, s'more for you.
I haven't made s'mores at home, really. I've had s'mores ice cream, which was really awesome.
Oh my goodness, it must have been maybe one of the last times we went camping.
I know, or it's somebody's backyard bonfire thing.
I'm thinking like Son was still living with us. It was
More
like
candy.
that long ago.
More candy's good. Okay, Gina,
let's
you
do the
are
cards.
up.
I'm
What
gonna
do you
the
got for
karma.
us?
She wants to know what the cards have for her.
Oh,
See it?
oh, it's right
What
there now.
messages do the
I
cards
do
have?
have a slight delay, Mr. O. It's very slight. Oh, you made a fresh batch? Wow, you just get back from camping and you dive right in making the candy. Awesome. That's the spirit, I say.
I love chicken nuggets, Jenna.
Chicken nuggets. We had Taco Bell.
Taco smell. I mean, Taco Bell.
We decided to do our once a week eat out. Well, it might be more than once.
I like to get things off of their value menu. They have those spicy tostadas. It's like $1 or something. It's crazy. I love it.
Oh, wow.
Alrighty. Why don't you go ahead and cut and put together too? Since
I will when I'm ready.
the man is
You
here.
are not rushing me.
I could.
Don't kick me under the table.
Oh no. Kicking, that's sort of plebeian. I'm going to go with the real motivator.
All right. Okay, whatever that means, I don't want to know. You want me to pick them up?
You'll never know. It's correct. You'll just suddenly feel like,
Okay, so what do we got for Gina today?
oh, there's that nasty seven
But
of
it's
wands
upright.
again. Those are almost the same cards we had in another reading. Or
No,
somewhat.
it is not. Because we had 2 of Wands, just for the record.
I know.
So we
That's
have
why I said
the-
almost.
We have the 7 of Wands upright. We have the Queen of Coins reversed. And what's this, Gina? It's the 2 of Cups.
They look like they're really partying there. So,
Wow. So right now, it seems to me, I'm looking at these cards on the outskirts here, the 7 of Wands and the 2 of Cups.
oh my goodness,
And
are
it
you
seems
thinking what I'm thinking?
To me, you are in a really good position to establish a relationship or partnership with someone.
Yeah, or it's already happening, maybe.
Maybe. The Queen of Coins reversed is maybe the elephant in the room here is like, you know, you might be able to do this, but are you holding back for some reason? Is there some reason you're feeling insecure about starting this relationship? Do you just feel like maybe you just don't have the, you know,
The energy.
the motivation right now for it?
Well, some of this is about really being able to create stuff, and maybe you're not sure how much you want to commit to that part of it because
true.
it's work. It's being in a relationship or partnership or anything is work, and maybe you have to make certain compromises. So that may be that elephant in the room is like, well, how much does it change things that you're used to?
Well, you know, and another thing is that if it is not, you know, a new partnership or relationship in the regard of, you know, romance, it could very well be that right now, you know, it seems to me, you know, it's funny you said you just came back from camping. I don't know if you were with family or friends.
Girlfriends.
Oh, girlfriends. Because again, this is a card of companionship. You know, this is a card
Sure.
of friendship. And to me,
Harmony.
it sounds as though, you know, this could be talking even about your trip, because what it's saying is that you've really, it's made you feel a lot better, you know, like a lot stronger. You know, those bonds when girls get together, you know, we empower each other. And so maybe you got a lot of empowerment out of, you know, this outing that you had.
I think that's a go, Banshee.
And the Queen of Coins, do you want to add anything about the Queen of Coins here?
No,
The motivation thing, the thing is that, I mean, if I looked at it in relation to the trip, it's obviously you need some downtime now. You need to get back into the swing of things again, and maybe, that's part of the Queen of Coins reversed here. I don't think it's a real negative with these two cards showing flanking
No,
it.
nothing really
Yeah.
seems negative here. Mostly like maybe this is just time to recover from the wild weekend.
Yeah, with candy. Well, it seems like your friends truly are, people that you can rely on to make you feel better about yourself, And that's the kind of relationships that really matter, is surrounding yourself with the people who have your best interests at heart. And then, of course, you do likewise for them. Let's see what we got here.
There's those mice again.
There's those darn mice. Well, it's interesting. We've got the mice first. And then I have the birds. So, I'm hoping you're not going to hear that maybe one of your friends has taken ill. It's possible that you're going to get news anyway that somebody around you might be under the weather. So that sounds like something that's going to be coming, and that, or I don't know if you even heard this on your trip, maybe that this was something that you girls were talking about.
Right. This is a little harder for me to read that. I'm not. This is the ego, or what is that?
It's birds.
Birds.
It's the birds. So the
So it
birds
seems
are all
like-
about news and chatter and gossip. So to me, it seems as though it's talking about some news coming to you about, the mice is about less. Either somebody hitting some hard times financially, maybe they've lost a job recently, maybe there's been some loss in their family, or it could be about ill health too. But it's not you personally, but you're going to hear about it.
Well, a lot of times I differ with you because I don't do Lenormand like you do, but I sort of feel too that the mice could be talking about things that are being hidden, because mice sort of like hide things from you, they pull it into their little cubbyhole. So it may be that you may find out something going on that you didn't expect to. Not like a big secret, but just like maybe something going on. It does more likely relate to loss, a loss, small loss.
Yeah, to me, mice are, they're really annoying. So obviously, you don't want them around. You don't want them in your house. You don't want them getting into your
Yeah.
food and stuff. It's an annoyance, but it's not like the end of the world. It's just something you got to deal with, and then move on. So that's what we have, Gina. That's what we've got for you.
Well, I'm glad you had a good weekend too.
Yeah. Hey, Hansa, are you still with us? You are up. It's your turn. And then we have Jenna and a Toro. And we've got
Wow.
a half hour to go. Hey, isn't this about the time Dr. V comes in? We'll see.
Boom.
We'll see if
Oh, there he is. No, that's not him.
we'll see if Dr. Victor pops in. But Hansa, there you are. Okay.
Yes, you're almost there, Jenna. And hello, Divine Universe.
Hey, Divine You.
We're going to go
add
to
you
my
to the list. It's a short
Nefertari.
list, Divine You. So
Oh,
we
you
will
don't
get
have to do that, Gina.
Aw, you are the sweetest of the sweet, Gina.
Thank you.
So, okay, Hansa, let's see. All right, that's a two-pronged question. We're going to throw 3 cards first and see what we get. And we might do a yes-no depending on what this says. We'll see.
Okay. He's watching you on my monitor.
And we've got a post office box. We're going to be getting our business going soon as well. There'll be more news about that coming. As a matter of fact, everybody, I want to tell you we are coming up on our year anniversary of live streaming, the first week of August.
Yeah, I believe that's Sunday,
So-
August 2nd. That'll
We
be
are
our-
just going to have some sort of big celebration. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I'm going to dance on the table.
No, he can't. But we will figure something out.
Thank you, Divine.
And by the way, I did not mention this on Twitter, but I am over 800 followers now on Twitter, which is awesome. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. So TFT is there, and so join us on Twitter and Facebook for Cards of the Day that we do every day and other fun things too. Right now I'm doing my Journey of the Fool poetry series, which appears every Wednesday and Saturday on Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, and that was Hansa.
Yes.
We have 3 cards for you. We have the 4 of Pentacles, which is upright. And we have another Pentacle, the 10 of Pentacles. That one's reversed. Pretty golden color. And then we also have the Queen of Wands, and she is upright.
Well, I do have to say, intention-wise, it seems to me that this person finds you attractive, very attractive in some way. They are drawn to you at any rate, whether it's, a physical attraction or something about your personality. They seem to be drawn towards you. What do you have to say?
Right. Well, I'm just trying to put it together with the question because I'm thinking so you kind of, went there with him a little bit and then you said you felt rejected. But so there's something under the surface here, like maybe they're not quite able to understand or accept their own feelings, because clearly I agree with Banshee here. This sort of indicates a sense of attraction to you. It may even be beyond physical attraction, like maybe there's something really about your personality or something that overwhelms them.
Yeah, go on. I want you
well,
to
with the
get
4 of Pentacles, the 4 of coins there too, I'm just going to say that maybe they're the kind of person that likes to own things and maybe
keep things.
But I'm wondering if that's in relationship to the relationship, like maybe they didn't perceive you as somebody they really could get a hold of, and so they were not clearly sure how they wanted to approach a relationship with you. They maybe thought you were too free of a spirit in a way.
Well, I'm looking at this 10 of Pentacles in the middle reversed, and for some reason, it just struck me, and, I'm not sure I would always read it this way, but it struck me that maybe the problem is right now, they're just not interested in settling down. They're kind of, keeping you maybe a little bit at arm's length because they're not that interested in settling down.
Do you think
but they don't want to release you.
Do you think that was what happened 6 months ago too, though, that maybe they just really didn't have a path that they saw in their circumstance to move forward there, and that now maybe some of that has changed, but they're still not quite ready to make the bigger moves?
They don't want to make a commitment. Yeah, you've got to take a cough drop maybe, dude. So
I have a cough drop.
no, I'm taking one of mine. It's gotten very humid, and I think it's affecting our air quality in here. But at any rate, I just get the feeling that there is something going on here. They don't want to let you go yet. Maybe they've reconsidered some of that, but they are just too afraid to commit to anything, and so they don't want to tip, their hand that they could be that attracted to you.
It might be like maybe to some degree they're sending off some signals, but they're also saying, not yet, but they're sort of like that.
Did you see what Gina said about your table dancing? He told me he had a... Okay. Aha!
If I told you the last time I went dancing what happened, you would both love that too.
Oh, yeah, and we're not going to talk about that now. But maybe when KC is on a show next, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, because that would humiliate me even more.
Yes, I will be happy to bring it up.
Thanks.
Well, Hansa, I see what you said there, and that's very interesting to me considering what we've got here. because he has broken up. So he might be more ready, but be aware, this person is not the committing type right now. He may not be ready to commit. So, if you go into a relationship with them, eyes wide open on that.
It may be that they're more materialistic, that they might love their material comfort more than anything.
Why don't we do a quick...
That's the Four of Coins talking to me.
Let me grab my deck, one of them. And why don't we do a quick yes, no?
Yeah, we're fine, Jenna.
Let's do a quick yes, no, and see if... Because I think the other part of the question is, will Hansa have a future with them? So let's see what we got.
So we're going to do part 2.
We are hanging in there, Jenna. We have coughs and stuff because, hey, I have asthma. So, COVID aside, I'm going to be coughing and sniffling with my allergies and asthma all the time.
We're just old and decrepit.
No, we're not. We're old, but I'm not decrepit.
I mean, I think we
I've
verified
had
that.
asthma almost all of my adult life. So
Didn't we verify that we're older than your father?
maybe, but does that make me decrepit? No.
It makes me decrepit.
Anyway, here, shuffle.
Okay, Mommy.
So, Hansa wants to know if there's a future. So this is the yes, no on that. And we'll see what the cards indicate. And remember, Hansa, it's just a snapshot in time. Their mind can change. Lots of things can change. Let's just see what the cards might add to this. All right. Grab that. Okay. Well, okay, it's leaning towards no. And let's see what we have. We have the Knight of Swords, and it's reversed. And we have Justice upright, which is really interesting to me. And then the Ace of Cups is kind of the deciding card here. It's just saying that the answer is leaning towards no. It's not a definite no, but I think this person has a real hard time committing and making their mind up, as evidenced by the Knight of Swords reversed.
They're used to kind of coming and going in people's lives, or they're used to not having long-term relationships. Like they might like to date, maybe exclusively, but not necessarily towards LTR, lifetime relationship.
Okay.
They're in the dating.
I was going to say, what does that mean? Okay, lifetime relationship. Well, and then we have the Justice card upright. So, that's a card of finding balance and finding things, that in harmony. Is there a harmony between you two? I'm not sure because of this. I think if you're seeking harmony and fairness and balance, you might have, he might not be the one.
I'd say give him a lot more time. Like, just don't commit. If it's casual dating,
take it
that
slow.
You like, go ahead. But be forewarned here. He's probably not.
Well, he's probably not, but it is not out of the realm of possibility that it wouldn't grow in time. But how much time do you want to commit to it would be my question. And let's see what the Lenormand has to add to this now.
So hold on for that. Thanks for waiting, Jenna, too. I think you're next.
Yes, you are, Jenna, so hang in there. After Jenna's a Toro and then Divine You. And we are doing really well. It's 8:44. We might go into a little overtime.
We maybe didn't drop a single frame.
No. This is awesome. Our stream is working great.
We just have cords everywhere now.
More cords than we could ever want. Well,
there's that rope.
There's that rope and that whip. And usually when you crack a whip, it's kind of a sudden kind of aggressive maneuver. And look, you've got the envelope here. So I think that he's going to make some kind of move, or you're going to get some news from him soon. And I don't know if it's going to be what you want to hear or not, but whatever it is, it's going to happen really suddenly, like out of the blue. Suddenly he's going to be like, let's do this, or no, I'm not
Yeah,
going to do
I get the
this.
feeling like it's not so much that the communication comes suddenly, though it may in fact come quickly out of the blue, but it's more about like getting to the point, like, okay, I'm ready, but now, Mr. Ready, Mr. Right Now.
Well, it could be that. I personally think the news might be coming sooner because this is first in the letter. But, I also think there's going to be something surprising in maybe the suddenness of it, whichever way it goes.
I'm feeling also from the Knight of Swords with that.
Okay.
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 Which
That's
is
fair.
fast, rushing in, rushing out.
And that's what we see for you right now. I hope that helps, Hansa.
Thanks for coming. Hope to see you again.
Yeah, please like and subscribe and click that notification bell and you'll know when we go live again. And hey, Jenna, you are up, and then a Taureau and Divine You. And we'll call it a night after Divine You. Okay, Jenna, give us the question.
You may. And you're welcome, Hansa.
Absolutely.
Let's use your dark wood again.
Okay. Do you like this one?
I do like it.
Okay.
It feels good in my hands. It has a nice feel.
I like the other one too.
You said it was maybe a little thin for your taste, or
they're both very thin. This one and the new version of the Gilded Tarot, the Gilded Tarot Royale. I think that just seems to be the trend lately. Either cards seem to be too thick, or they're very, very thin.
And as we approach the end of our show, just a little reminder, you can check out some other content. On Sundays, Banshee's Material Matters premieres around 10 o'clock, and she usually joins the session, so you can chat with her too. And my...
You're welcome, Jenna.
You're welcome, Jenna.
Run away and use this one again. Alrighty. Okay. Well, they are now. I know you're going to ask, is it a good reading? Is it a bad reading? I know. And I'm going to say it's a
You would be Jenna if you didn't.
It's a mixed reading. It's
It's a
not
mixed
all
reading.
bad, but there are a few things. We have the Page of Swords reversed. And just because they're all reversed doesn't mean they're all bad either, because we have the Four of Wands reversed, and that is not a bad thing. But then we have the Fool reversed, so we'll have a chat here, Jenna. So basically, the Page of Swords reversed kind of talks about, handling things carefully, communications with others. If you're not careful and you say the wrong thing, you might just set someone off, and so you might have to kind of dance around some conversations that you're having and be sure that, you're not hurting somebody's feelings inadvertently with what you say.
A lot of times I think that some of the pages are like another version of the Fool because of that youthful aspect.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I can
And so I sort of see this correlation, especially with this Fool reverse, which we
Yeah.
have on one side, and then that Page of Swords on the other side.
No, the Page of Swords. Yeah, go ahead.
On the other side, thank you,
Sorry.
the idea here that there's some inner wisdom that you want to really pay attention to. Watch your words. Don't say something you don't really mean to, because I think this is one of those occasions where somewhere in this week ahead, or whatever time frame we're talking about, you might say something off the cuff and then somebody's going to turn back and try to turn on you. Mm-hmm. You're going to feel like you were foolish, the fool. It's not insurmountable that you can get your way around that. That may be what the Four of Wands is about, is that maybe you are able to kind of reverse the situation a little bit. And it also gives me a clue that maybe this is about relationships, people relationships, not necessarily a real strong relationship.
It does seem like interpersonal relationships.
More interpersonal.
Friendships, companionships. It could be, more, but it's more likely that. And I think the Fool reversed is just, sometimes we take risks, we take gambles. Like we'll say something to somebody we think we can trust, and then can we? For example, but I will say this, the Four of Wands, whether it is upright or reversed, is not a bad card. It is a good card. It is a card of some settling down, that the energies are kind of settling around you in a very positive manner. In other words, there's a certain level of comfort or attainment. You're going to feel good about where you're at next. If this is like for the month ahead, you're going to feel very comfortable where you're at.
Yeah, it's mostly just, mind your P's and Q's, as the old saying used to go, that just loose lips sink ships is another one. Just, and I get what you're saying. You're not really a gossip, but maybe something is going to really kind of throw you into that mood a little bit. Maybe it's astrological, so just watch for that.
Hey, that's...
Other than that, not bad.
That is progress, Jenna, and that's good.
Right, you mentioned it earlier about the Zoom meeting, and I think, that's what therapy is about. I'm not saying you need therapy, but I've noticed that in terms of everybody I ever know who had a situation and felt they needed to talk to somebody, it was a form of therapy, whether it was prescribed by a professional or just getting together with friends. Talking really does help.
Well,
things.
what it is it's a release. Because, you keep that stuff in, and sometimes you just have to release it, and then you're done with it. Sometimes when you bottle it up, you can't get out of that mindset.
But it's also about your clarification, too, because usually if you say that, people will clarify that one way or the other for you, that your feelings are valid. And you can judge that. I mean, we all know when somebody is probably being a phony to us, So go for it.
Okay, Jenna, this is a general reading, and we have those darn mice again.
Nibble, nibble, nibble.
Now, the problem this time is it has come with the tree card.
Oh, dear.
So what I'm just going to say to you is, just be careful with your health, I'm not, saying it's going to be anything serious, but you might have a little sick spell, or you might feel a little run down in the month ahead. So do things that will booster your immunity, and also do things that help distress yourself.
I'm just getting a little bit of a sense that maybe it's not really you, like maybe it's your father you live with, or maybe it's somebody closer to you. So just be careful if there's an exposure thing, that you take steps to make sure you're not catching somebody else's cold or germs. It could, in fact, be you, but something tells me like maybe it's just somebody that you're going to be around. So either way.
Either way, take care out there, because, it's a good time to try to stay healthy and maintain our balance, especially in these kind of crazy times right now.
Alrighty.
And that's what we have for you. I hope that helps. And hey, Toro, you've been waiting, and it is your turn.
Hi, Toro. So you can see we really do take a bit of time with everybody, but we like doing that. This is really rewarding to us, too, to feel that we are helping people find out things or get information that helps them make decisions.
That's okay, Divine. We are on the person right before you, and as soon as we're done with
Jenna.
it, Toro, it'll be your turn, and we'll call it a night.
Thank you, Jenna.
You are welcome, Jenna.
Toro. Okay. Thank you for the question, Toro.
With career, all right? So So, Toro, if you might want to check out my Material Matters series on Sundays, which gives an outlook for all the astrological signs for the week ahead on
Sundays around 10 o'clock.
business,
Eastern Standard
career, finance, all of the material matters in life.
Time. Alrighty then.
All right, so let's see what's going on with the Toro and career. This is a time of some dramatic changes for a lot of people. Mr. O, for example, is now retired. Bravo, Mr. O.
And wondering what he's going to do to make a living.
You retired. You shouldn't have to worry about that. And
This is America.
we do. Anyway, shuffle away. Oops. They are a little slippery, being new and all. And see, these are a little slipperier than the other deck.
Alrighty.
Let's see what we got. Wow. So, Toro, I don't know if you have lost a job recently or if you're worried about a job loss. We will talk about this. We have here, though, a very positive card. It's the Two of Cups upright. We have the Tower upright. We have the King of Swords upright. So actually, all of these cards in their own way are pretty good. The Tower is a tricky card, no matter what. What it does tend to indicate is that there is going to be some kind of surprise. There's going to be some kind of crisis, maybe even, that you're going to undergo. But the thing about the Tower upright is that you're able to move on and recover from that because you've learned some valuable lessons from the experience. When it's reversed, it's like you are in a loop and you're going to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. But here, it looks like whatever is about to happen or occur, if it hasn't happened already, you will learn some valuable lessons from it and you will move in a positive direction. What do you see here?
Well, kind of sort of like that. You were suggesting maybe that a job had changed recently or that some...
Maybe,
Okay.
or it could.
Or could. And I sort of feel that too, that there's like the opportunity to face a challenge and a struggle, but really to kind of make good decisions and maybe find that there's somebody who is in that environment that you should be working with, somebody who creates harmony and trust for you, and maybe they're that person too, or you're that person for that situation. But I feel like what this means is that there is going to be, I don't know, are you like in some level of management or administration, or are you in a job where normally you have to make decisions for people or decide things like maybe something legal or counseling? Because I do sort of feel like that is possibly talking about that. This also talks to the idea about being a counselor on a sense of being able to communicate. So I'm wondering if maybe these are places you'll go.
What I'm seeing here, this is very interesting, Toro, because, you know, we have the two here, and the two to me is a coming together. And so it seems to me something is going to come together for you. If it's not a partnership, if you're not getting involved in something that is an actual like partnership with someone, what it does mean is possibly a contract or commitment to some career, some option.
Which is what he's saying, I guess.
I know. I see that very strongly here. And it looks as though somebody who's in a position to make a decision is going to make it soon.
Yeah.
I do think something is going to happen. But you know what? I don't know if It sounds positive to me, but I wonder about this Tower.
Like this represents the idea that there's a big change or challenge that you're going to have to take on with that too, or that there's something you will be taking in as a plus minus, like there's a good side, but there's a bad side, and there's a whole heck of a lot to think about with that.
There's a whole lot of learning involved here of some sort, too. It seems to me that, this is going to really provide you with all kinds of experience. Okay. Some may be good, some may be not so good, but,
Sorry about that, Itoro.
But, sometimes it seems as though some of the more negative things that happen to us are the things that we learn the best lessons from.
That's true, too.
So let me throw the Lenormand and see if we get any more light on this for you. I guess I'm just a little concerned about the Tower, but seeing that Two of Cups here, I really do think you will have, this might turn out in your favor. And if it doesn't, you're going to learn something valuable from this experience to move forward in a more positive direction.
I'm hoping the Lenormand gives us a little clarity, because that does seem to not exactly jive, only maybe in a more abstract kind of way or theoretical way. Ooh.
Well, we'll see. Oh. Well, this is very positive. Toro, I see here the Clover. And then we also have the Bear. And so to me, what this indicates is that something is going to happen. It's almost like fate. It's almost like something very positive and fateful and synchronistic in a way. That's fate. The Clover. And it has to do with your resources and your financial power. I think this could be really good for you if this works out. It seems as though it will be very empowering to you, and also could be very empowering to your pocketbook.
These are the Lenormand Oracle cards, so they're not exactly the same as tarot, but they have some really strong imagery. And the bear often represents, to some degree, female empowerment, female strength, facing challenges, that kind of thing. So it seems to me like this lucky opportunity that somehow comes out, like maybe they pick somebody, but then they come back and pick you because somehow it's like a twist in a way. This represents sort of a twist, and I'm thinking it's good luck for you because it's very empowering.
Yeah, the elephant in the room is the Tower. I'm just not exactly sure what this means, except for the fact that I do think what it might mean is that this is going to work out for you. But, maybe getting to that point, maybe getting there has been really taking a toll on you in a way.
Okay.
I'm going to have to leave it at that. But we threw a bit of ideas out there from what we see in the cards. And I wish you a lot of luck. And you'll just have to come back and tell us if this turns out okay for you. We'll be curious to see.
Thank you, Itoro. I hope that does work out for you.
And good luck. And Divine you are up, and that will be it for us tonight. A little bit of a slower night tonight, but we were able to spend a little more time with some people, and then we like that. In relation to the job, to your job, or to her job?
Let's stick with your tarot.
Let's stick with it.
Well, it's basically about the syncing with her, with Divine You.
It's been a long wait. Oh, okay.
I hope so.
I hope it works out.
Let us know. If you can, let us know. And you're welcome. We're always curious about finding out if the information we gave was helpful or if the thing worked out or not.
Best wishes, best wishes. Did you shuffle yet?
No, I did not.
I didn't think so.
Such a shuffly, slidey card.
They're slidey, all right. Hey, good night, Gina.
Good night, Gina.
Hope to see you Sunday.
I'll be dancing on the table.
No, he won't.
The table's pretty unsteady. There's just no way I'm going to do that. No way at all.
Do we have a picture of you in that debacle?
Yes, there are pictures.
We'll have to
No.
look at that.
Oh,
Well, this is very job-oriented in a way, I will say, Divine You. We got some wand energy here. We do have the Five of Wands upright. We have Sunny, who's very wand-colored in a way. We have the 7. Is this a 7 again? The 7's come up quite a bit tonight in different decks. The 7 of Wands upright. And then we have Temperance upright. Well, I think things are okay. You're asking about the
if
in
their
sync
energies
with
are
your
in
boss.
sync, yeah.
I think so. Your boss may have some issues right now. Oh, God. He's licking the camera. Don't let him fog
I
it
didn't
up.
see it.
Well, pay attention. Sorry.
You drew my attention there.
I did. So basically, I think your boss and you are in a good place right now. You know, it seems like you are okay in your boss's eyes. You stand above maybe some of the rest in some way, and that's very good.
I think they think you're a good team, maybe.
Yeah.
You work well together.
Why is he there? And then the 5, though, the 5 is where I think there's just a lot of spirited discussion and ideas and communications going on right now. And, you know, some of it can get contentious at times, maybe a little bit. Maybe there's just a little bit of tension and stress in the work environment. But I don't see this as being, and, you know, I see this as being more constructive than destructive.
I think your boss is weighing the options of feeling you out for more responsibility.
Oh, yeah, that could very well be.
I think that they're wondering if you'll bicker about it or if you'll just sort of go along with it or see the value going along with it. So for you, it may be that they're both qualities are present, that to some degree they'll be able to sell the value of taking on this responsibility or doing this extra thing for the company or for the job. But I think that's what it is that they're somehow getting ready to deploy that to you.
You know, I didn't think about that, but that's absolutely a possibility here, is that, you know, out of some debate and discussion, maybe with others, you know, at your workplace, they are thinking of elevating you to some degree. That could very well be what this 7 of Wands is, because this is somebody who's rising above things. And the Temperance card just to me indicates this real harmony and balance between, it's like you guys resonate, you guys do click together pretty well. That's what I see there. Let's do some Lenormand on that.
Yeah,
yeah, you know, hey, you know, that's the reward of doing a good job is, or being looked at well is more work.
And it's a shame. I know you've spoke to this before, and I've seen this with other people and throughout our lives too, but it just seems like a lot of times right now, employers tend to have more of the cards over employees, that they have the jobs and you're just one person. They may look for another person if you become unfavorable to them.
So is she in a good place? Well, maybe. I do sense that
I think so.
she has to kind of, you know, stand, she has to kind of jostle around with some other people to, you know, make sure she is heard, and that, you know, that she stands out above the rest. There's a lot of people who she might be in some type of competition with in some
She's
way.
in a good place, but really what's more important is the fact that she thinks you're in a good place.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I'm
You're
looking at
probably
it,
her most valuable player, and maybe that just means that you have to figure out how to sell that idea a little bit more, that they can't do it without you, and that maybe, you know, it would be nice if they, you know, could compensate you more too, or give you other opportunities that you do want.
So here are those birds. The birds have showed up again, and where there are birds, there's gossip or news. And then we have the Child. So basically, what I want to say is there seems to be...
It's another job.
You want to go?
Well, I think the news is just something new coming to you that's a responsibility, because children can be
The child
responsibilities.
is very small. And so the child, what this means to me is there's news of something small coming to you. And it could be a raise. It could be a little bump in pay. It could be more responsibilities, but I think that they're not going to be a heavy burden for you. It's a small step up and a step forward.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead with yours.
No, that's
fine.
all I had to say.
What?
That it's, well, children are responsibilities,
They
and
are.
it's news. So I'm just thinking a new responsibility is coming to you. And I like what you're saying there, DU, about conflict. I don't know if I see it exactly the same way. I still sort of feel like you mean something to this person, and that maybe you are the person that provides some sense of moderation for them, so that maybe you're the person who gives them the moderation over the conflict that they feel with others.
I feel like, it's really interesting too, Divine You, that you have on the one side the card of like clash of ideas and conflict. And then on the other side, you have Temperance, which is about balance and harmony and kind of smoothing things out. So, and then you have this in the middle. It's like somebody is standing in the middle that is a moderating influence on all of this. They kind of are above the fray, and they can moderate the influence of some of this a little bit. I sense things are okay, but there is a little bit of stress and contention. So I do pick up what you're saying, but I don't think it's a major problem or any kind of problem. It's just a fact of workplace life.
Well, a thought that has come to me is that if you are feeling that to some degree this thing that might be coming represents a little bit too much, just more responsibility than you want, you might have to just really be able to say that at some point, that you might have to just really stand up a little bit. But just choose the way you say your words, because it does seem like you're mostly in sync. So maybe, if you come across measured, they're not going to necessarily shut you down.
I just feel like if she is bringing things on you, like you say here in that last comment, that the Temperance card is a sign that there's going to be a bit more peace. I think that, that some of this will lighten up a little bit. Maybe if pressures start to ease on her or the boss a little bit, that things can, kind of smooth out with you. Yeah, I know that feeling. Sometimes bosses are under so much pressure, they take it out on people that they shouldn't. So hopefully you have that understanding at least, and maybe can try to just be the harmonizing influence to, kind of bring peace to the environment.
I
Does
agree.
that make sense? And that's what we have for you. And with that, we are done. And we have had a great stream today in that the
We're
computer
happy.
is working fantastically again. We are back up to snuff, and we hope the future looks a lot brighter as far as that goes. So thanks, everybody, for joining us today and hanging with us. And we hope to see you Saturday or Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anything to add, Mr. O, before we sign off?
Sunny says thank you for watching.
All right. Take care, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.